How far back should my CV go? People who have been in employment for 20, 30, 40 years might have a huge number of roles. If somebody's changing roles every maybe 18 months, well, you might have 15 or 20 roles if you've been in employment for quite a long time. So, how many of them do you include? We have to bear in mind that the role of your CV is to make it as easy as possible for the hiring manager to offer you an interview. You want to be demonstrating how you can solve their problems. They want to see what you bring to that role. They're not too interested in the exact detail of every role. So there's a couple of things. One is, how relevant are the older roles? And if there are some of them that are just not relevant, then you can probably cut them out. You might not cut them out completely, but you might just say first 10 years in public retail. Summarize that period in a couple of lines at max. There'll be roles that probably have some similarity. You might have bounced around very different roles, and you might have to think about how you position those, but for most of us, we'll have been in roles that are quite similar. So rather than listing them all out individually, you might take a 5 year period, say, and bucket it into one bucket, say, customer service roles, and you could list out 2 or 3 or 4 of your achievements. In any case, the older a role is, the less time you want to be spending on it in your CV. The more recent a role is, the more time you want to be spending. Unless, of course, the roles that are more recent are not really relevant to the role that you're applying for, in which case you might take a different approach, and I can explain that in another video if you're interested. Let's create a career that you love.